Now, on a good note, I have an inspired 13-year-old boy that listens to me, him and his family. And I soundbited Sal's radio show. Sal called me up last night and told me about this young man and his family that's been listening to us on the Straightway Truth, and how that we've been very influential in his family. But this 13-year-old has a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge. So a lot of you children out there, you do well to listen to this young man who haven't even been in the faith 2 years yet. He said he came in at 11, he's 13 now, but you don't know if that's 11 in how many months or 13 in how many months. And in less than 2 years, he's got a wealth, a plethora of knowledge, and I didn't take all of it. I'm only going to play about 14 minutes of it, this excerpt of this soundbite. But I want y'all to listen to this young man and listen to him real, real good, okay? 13-year-old. Listen to this. Y'all going to be encouraged by this.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I just wanted to know, did your dad bring this information to you? Like, where did he get this information from? Like, did he just start studying the scriptures or something like that? And he changed it to a Hebrew Israelite? That's all I want to know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my dad, well, when we were in the Christian church, I remember he was kind of knowing that something wasn't right about it. So he was praying to the Most High to not let us be deceived. And eventually, we came across some information, in the Bible that didn't line up with what the Christian church was teaching us. So then we came out of the Christian church. But then when we came out of the Christian church, we went into that Messianic Jewish stuff, and that wasn't the full truth. But then, a few months later, we actually found out that we were the children of Israel. I remember we first heard that from Pastor Dowell, and yeah, that's basically how we found out that we were the children of Israel, and that's how we became Hebrew Israelites.
Now, in your opinion, why are so many kids or teens not interested in studying the Bible? In your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, a lot of teens are interested in studying the Bible. For one reason is because their parents aren't teaching it to them. And I'm going to go to Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. And Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6. And it says, "And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk to them when thou sittest in thine house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up." So basically, you're supposed to be teaching, the word to your diligently unto your children, and talk to them when you're sitting in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you rise up. So all the time. That's one reason why kids are into the Bible. Another reason is because a lot of kids, they like to be entertained by other things, like playing video games, watching movies, playing sports, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Were you trying to say something?
No, I forgot. You could. You could.
Oh, okay. And a lot of kids my age, they don't even like to read. So if they don't like to read, then they're definitely not going to be trying to get into the Bible. Because, I remember when I was in the Christian church, I really didn't like reading. I didn't like getting into the Bible. So it was more of a thing where I would go to church on Wednesdays and Sundays, and that's the only time where I would open up the Bible, and it wasn't really, I didn't really get that many scriptures, and even when I did open the Bible at the church. So, those are a few reasons why kids my age aren't getting into the Bible.
Yeah, wow. Now, what are some of the things that your parents do to keep you grounded? I know you said you do they do a lot of Bible studies and stuff like that during the week. But what other things they may do to keep you grounded when it comes to this Word of God?
Well, yeah, I said the Bible studies, but, well, it's not really like a forced thing. I mean, my own, but other than filming Bible studies,
Yeah.
well, you know, we get together on the Sabbath and stuff like that, and that kind of keeps me going throughout the week. And so every Sabbath I get revived, you know, and then I can get back into the Word and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, I can't really think of anything other than the Bible studies.
Now, I know you said you listened to Debate Talk for You about like 8 months or whatever. How did you discover the show? How did you discover Debate Talk for You?
I think we may have been listening to Pastor Dowell. May have been how he came in there, and he may have been on here one time or something like that. We may have heard it before. Then we came on to Debate Talk for You. It could have been Pastor Dowell, maybe Brother Josh.
Yeah, I had him on. Yeah, I had Pastor Dowell on the show actually maybe 3 times. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay. All right. What's one of the debates was like your favorite that you heard so far? Anything that you liked in particular? Any topics? I know you sent me a couple topics that you wanted to try to set up some shows for. So, any topics in general that you already heard that you liked a lot?
Well, I like Is the White Man the Devil? I like that one. Yeah, you know, Brother Josh and Brother Eleazar in this one, I want to see what Brother Eleazar was going to say to prove that the white man is the devil. You know, the white man is not the devil. Devils are devils. Demons are devils. And, you know, I witnessed devils being casted out of people, and I can assure you that the white man is not the devil, because when I saw it, it wasn't even a white person. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. And you know, as far as your parents, do they you say they're not a part of any congregation or camp or nothing like that? You just do your own independent studies, right?
Yeah, we do our own independent studies. You know, we want to look for people right now, but we haven't found anybody who's close to us. So, yeah, we're not in any congregation.
Oh, that's cool. So more or less, you guys listen to Pastor Dowell, or you check him out, Pastor Dowell, more or less.
Yeah, we listen to Pastor Dowell, you know, Honor and Humility, STL, that's the channel, you know, Brother Malachi and the Brothers, people like that.
Okay. Yeah, so once again, the number is 646-716-7320. I have a 13-year-old. Except in Israel here live on the show. Once again, he's the youngest special guest of the Big Talk for You, breaking down that knowledge out there. A lot of 13-year-olds don't know some of the things you're bringing out. So I really appreciate that, you coming on the show and letting people know that you study as a young person and a young teenager and still get that knowledge and understanding out there. Now, how hard is it to, stay focused as far as, because you see a lot of these kids are into, video games, like you mentioned earlier, and other things. Like, how tough is it to, stay in that path for a young man like yourself?
Well, I wouldn't say it's that hard now, but back then when I was just transitioning over, it was kind of difficult. I couldn't do usual things I did, like play basketball on Saturdays, stuff like that, or go to tournaments or anything like that. I had to stop because I was keeping the Sabbath day. And, a lot of others, I couldn't go to people's parties and stuff like that because I was keeping the Sabbath. So, it was kind of hard at first, but now it gets easier and easier as you go. I've been in this for a little bit, so, yeah.
Okay. And what about holidays? A lot of holidays coming up. You got the Halloween, you got the Christmas and stuff like that. What's your perspective or your research, when it comes to these holidays?
Well, these holidays, they're pagan. We shouldn't be keeping them, okay? And, we have Halloween tomorrow. Our neighbors have their little decoration things going on. And stuff like Halloween, Christmas, you shouldn't be doing that. And those are vain traditions. Those are after the traditions of men, and that's not after God. Because God, He didn't tell us to do Halloween. He didn't tell us to do Christmas. He didn't tell us to do Easter or any of that stuff. But I want to read one scripture, and I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 10. I'll go to Jeremiah chapter 10. And I'm going to read, I'm going to start at verse 1. Hear you the words which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? For the customs of the people are vain. So it's saying that the customs of these heathens are vain. Now, let's look at one custom. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen, with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree. Speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. So, basically that's talking about the heathen tradition. That kind of sounds like Christmas. So, today we don't actually have to cut an actual tree and bring it in our house. We just buy one from Walmart or wherever you buy a tree from. And, it says that they fastened it in the house with nails. They fastened it with nails and hammers that move not. And they're upright as a palm tree. And they deck it with silver and gold. Now, I remember back when we used to keep Christmas, we put ornaments on it and stuff like that. And then we, had a gold thing going around the tree and a silver thing going around the tree. Okay? So, those holidays, like Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, you're not supposed to be keeping those. Thanksgiving, a lot of those holidays have pagan roots. Like giving, it started out as when they would kill the people who came over to America, like the Pilgrims or whatever. The people in the colonies, when they would kill a group of Indians or whatever, they'd have a Thanksgiving feast after that. That's what Thanksgiving was to them. And now today, a lot of people don't know that, but you can look it up. So look up the roots of all those holidays and you'll find out that they're pagan.
Yeah, what about Halloween? A lot of these kids don't see nothing wrong with the Halloween, You're walking around with masks and, the trick-or-treating and stuff like that. What is it about Halloween?
Halloween, even before when I was keeping holidays and stuff like that, I never kept Halloween. Never went trick-or-treating or anything like that. So we knew that. We definitely knew that holiday was bad. And Halloween, I haven't really studied this too much, but I know that some of the roots, they would sacrifice their children to idols.
Right.
So that's where some of the roots come from. And it has to do with someone with jack-o'-lantern or something. They would use something to, I forgot what it was, but the jack-o'-lantern, that's pagan. The roots with Halloween and stuff like that, the roots Halloween. So, yeah.
Your favorite debater is Brother Josh, and there's no other person here that you really like to debate on, on certain people that debated on the show?
Well, I heard Pastor Dowell. He was on a few of them, but I don't remember the names of a lot of people. I may hear some other people that sound good, but I don't remember their names. But Brother Justin's been on there a lot of times, so I remember. That's one that I remember.
I know there's a lot of people out there that listen with their parents. There's a lot of parents that do actually have their kids listening to Debate Talk for You. What's some last words you want to say to the kids out there? Something that you want to let the kids know and the teenagers know before we sign off. Any last words?
Well, keep studying so you can show yourself approved unto God. That's 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show yourself approved unto God. And hopefully this was encouraging to you guys, you know, young people, anybody, and hopefully I woke up some people, you know, to the truth. And again, thanks, Dowell, for inviting me onto the show.
All right. Was it not very encouraging to hear a 13-year-old young man talk like that? Very inspiring, isn't it? Parents doing an excellent job. Huh? Is that not inspiring? That is awe-inspiring. Uh-oh, look at him looking.